Alright guys, so today we're going to try to attempt to learn the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's.
We've watched some of the Freddy Fazbears before.
Yeah, we
right?
watched like maybe like 2 videos of Freddy Fazbear.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
So this is like explaining the whole thing?
I'm guessing it is explaining some parts of the lore. I know it's so much lore.
Right.
You know, dealing with Five Nights at Freddy and stuff.
This is like a really complicated story situation. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's what it seems like. But hey, man, we're definitely looking forward to checking this one out because I'm sure it's going to be
See what it's about.
entertaining.
Ryder, do you know why I called you here?
No, Matt Pat of the YouTube channels Game Theory, Film Theory, Food Theory, and GT Live.
Oh man, got a bunch of theories, man.
Here.
Bunch of theory
Well,
channels.
maybe this will jog your memory.
Aw, look at this cute little plushie of a rusty metal animatronic haunted by the soul of a child whose head was bitten by a robot in 1987.
What?
Happy birthday, Tommy.
Head, get off.
Now what do you have to say for yourself?
My video. Because you're funny.
Mr. of a Ferret, this is without a doubt one of the most shameful displays of Five Nights at Freddy's lore dumping I have ever seen. It's actually amazing how almost every single thing you said was wrong. I thought we had taught you better back on the Theorist channels. You even worked on multiple FNAF videos during your time working with us. Clearly, you were too busy frolicking around making videos about Bubsy and King's Quest to pay any sort of attention.
Dude, I was just the history guy and the editor. I wasn't doing any of the lore research.
He wasn't paying attention to that
Yeah,
part.
like, I just want to get this stuff done, man.
But whatever, I get it. Can I go now?
No, not until you learn the proper FNAF lore, sir. Now, if you'll see here in this
learn the proper
92-slide
lore.
PowerPoint presentation that I've made on exactly this subject, first off, this is not the bite of 87. Rather, the image you chose depicts the bite of 1983, and the child in question is actually the crying
Did this
child,
child get
aka the
hit
young
multiple
don't
times?
Afton.
83 and 87?
Oh, that's a good point. Words are just multiple theories.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to my channel, Foot of a Ferret.
You gonna take it over?
Yes, a few months back, I made a video about FNAF where I got a lot of the lore wrong. And yeah, I knew it was all sorts of wrong. It was a quick throwaway gag, and I wasn't about to do hours and hours of research and fact-checking just to get to the punchline. Nice. But even so, I want to make things up to any of the FNAF lore buffs whose heads may have exploded at the amount of inaccuracies I managed to squeeze into 15 seconds.
Oh, I'm sure
I
that
decided
really
to call in
pissing
some
people
help
off.
from the resident FNAF expert of the whole internet, Matt Pat from Game Theory.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to...
Yeah, I already did that bit.
Oh, well, anyway, Five Nights at Freddy's is a long series spanning more games, books, and mysteries than you can shake a stick at.
Wow.
So our goal is
Wow,
to
I
present
didn't
you
know it
guys
was
a
that
complete
big.
recap of the entire core FNAF storyline, or at least as much as we can without
I mean,
delving into
this only
too
started
many
like maybe like 10 years
theories or
ago, I
things
think.
that could
So it's
be
like
totally rewritten by a new book,
13
or
years
think it
ago.
was
game,
popular enough
or
that they
new
just kept going,
movie,
maybe?
or
Yeah.
decorative birthday party napkin with hidden text that only appears after you wipe your mouth 5 times. And
No.
FNAF is infamously frustrating when it comes to deciphering its lore, but I think once you boil it all down, the story might not be as complicated as you think. It's weird, don't get me wrong, but we're not talking about Kingdom Hearts here.
But first, I gotta say, if you like this video and you want to see more, be sure to hit the big red subscribe button right below this video and ring the little gray bell next to it. That makes sure you get notified every time I upload in the future. It's a big help for my channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, there's plenty of really cool Foot of a Ferret merch for sale at the link in the description or in this little banner right below this video. But yeah, enough of that. So, get comfortable. We're gonna be here for a while. This is
everything you need to know about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay,
So hey,
let's get
it's
it.
the 70s.
It's gonna
Ain't
be-
this
holy
just
cow.
a time? Well, it certainly was for these two guys named William Afton and Henry Emily. These guys are a couple of inventors specializing in building robots and animatronics.
So they built
They're
the
also family men.
animatronics
William
Must
has a
have.
wife, a daughter, and 2 sons, while Henry has a daughter named Charlotte. So we got 2 groovy 70s dudes building robots to support their families. But there's
Groovy
just
70s dudes.
one little snag. William Afton is a crazy person.
Oh,
I'm not
what?
really sure why, but William Afton has this insatiable desire to, kill children.
What?
Yeah, I'm sure that won't be a problem anytime soon. So instead, let's focus on this new
Creepy.
restaurant in town that just
Yeah.
opened, Fredbear's Family Diner. A small, locally
So they
owned
called it
family
Fredbear's
restaurant that commissions William
at
and
first.
Henry to create some
Yeah.
fun Chuck E. Cheese style animatronic
Yeah,
mascots. to
yeah. You know, I noticed some from Five Nights at Freddy's.
It almost felt like a Chuck E.
Yeah,
Cheese theme.
yeah.
I
You can
know.
tell they was inspired by Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. It's what it felt like, anyways.
Because, like,
we
going to
grew
Chuck
up
E-
with Chuck E. Cheese.
You know, I remember when it was called Showbiz,
Showbiz is
Showbiz
what I-
Pizza
yeah,
back
I
in the
grew up
day.
with Showbiz.
That's what I remember.
Yeah,
Then they
it was
changed to Chuck E.
Showbiz.
Cheese, and like those animatrons, animatronics or
They
whatever.
were always creepy.
They looked creepy. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
it was supposed to be fun, but I think
Yeah.
that most kids thought they were creepy
Well,
as
I'm
heck.
sure kids just go home having nightmares seeing that. You know, you think you're finna go to like Showbiz
I
Pizza,
can
Chuck E. Cheese
bet that they were.
for a party,
Right?
And next thing you know, you see these things come out play. Like, oh my god, like what the heck, kid? You having nightmares and stuff. Like some of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, jeez.
The kids. There's a golden bear named Fredbear and a golden rabbit named Bonnie. Now, these are what are called spring
Those
lock
are
Fredbear and
creepy.
Bonnie.
animatronics.
Yeah,
Meaning
they look
operate
creepy.
using, well, spring lock mechanisms, which are extremely dangerous. Boy, it sure is a good thing these are just robots and not mascot costumes or something. Hey, guess
gosh,
what?
yeah.
These are
Yeah.
also mascot
What?
costumes
Of
meant
what?
to be worn by the employees
So
of
somebody's
the
gonna die,
restaurant.
pretty much.
Yeah. Come work at Fredbear's Diner. Sing songs. Entertain families. Try not to breathe too much inside of the Springlock animatronic suits because
That would
even the
definitely
slightest bit
cause a
of
lawsuit.
Right,
cause
the
the
spring will
Springlock
just
mechanisms
snap.
to malfunction
Yeah, that
and
cause a
clamp
lawsuit.
down on you, killing you outright.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Could
for
be.
sure it would.
So despite this gigantic safety hazard, Fredbear's becomes a pretty popular spot for birthday parties, attracting some real good business. But things start going downhill real fast. So one night, Fredbear's is hosting a birthday party, and one of the kids attending is Henry Emily's daughter, Charlotte. But during the party, Charlotte accidentally gets locked outside in this dark alley behind the restaurant.
What?
Suddenly, a mysterious purple car drives up, and out steps William Afton, who kills Charlotte outside of Fredbear's Diner and
He's like
gets
his
away
friend's
scot-free.
daughter.
William
Yeah.
Afton, also known in the FNAF series as the Purple Guy, has claimed his first victim. Henry
the
Emily has
heck?
lost his daughter, leaving him to just kind of disappear for a while. And
So he
Fredbear's has its first of many deaths tied to its name.
So that was the first death,
Horrible,
pretty much.
Yes,
sad,
it was,
terrible
yeah.
tragedy. It's also a PR nightmare. And the owners of
Right?
Fredbear's were just like, nope, we're out. And they bailed, took the money and ran. Sold off the Fredbear franchise to
blame
new
them.
owners who pulled the flip job of the century to create Fazbear Entertainment. Not only did they get Fredbear's back on
Fazbear's
its feet, but by
Entertainment.
1983 they've turned the franchise into a bit of a multimedia empire with a TV show, action
Holy
figures,
cow.
plushies, and most importantly of all, a new sister location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
I don't know how they was able to keep it under wraps. You know what I'm saying? Like from
I think
people
they-
knowing that like somebody died. You know what I'm saying?
right, but it was one small place, and then they changed the name.
Yeah, I guess
so.
you could, yeah.
I think it was probably they did enough of a spin that people
Yeah.
just kind of forgot about it or moved on.
Yeah, I kind of wonder how many years that went by though.
I mean, it wasn't in their restaurant.
Yeah.
It was just around. It wasn't
Yeah.
their fault, I guess.
Yeah, and like you said, it was small at the time, so it's like you can kind of buy it off and then make it huge and just say that would just
It was a coincidence.
yeah, it was a coincidence. Or it was just a made up story. You know what I'm saying? It never really did happen.
Sure, you could try that.
See, this newly revamped Fazbear franchise introduced a slew of new characters to the lineup. The TV show was named Fredbear and Friends, after all, so they added a
Fredbear
chicken
and
named
Friends.
Chica, a pirate fox named Foxy,
They still look
a
so creepy.
non-bunny
Pirate fox?
bear named
Yeah, they
Bonnie,
do.
and of course, Freddy Fazbear.
At least they
We all
changed the
know these
colors.
guys,
Yeah.
right? Remember back in 2014 when FNAF
Otherwise
was
they'd,
just
all be
these guys?
yellow.
Feels like decades. But yeah, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy become the faces of the new hit restaurant, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And things seem to be back on the up and up for Fazbear Entertainment, which of course means one thing: somebody's about to die.
While Freddy's is up and running, Fred Bears has gotten back to business as usual. Seems to be doing fine for itself since, that one time a kid died. Enter
Yeah.
William Afton's youngest son, the crying child. Why is he crying? Well, it's implied
Yeah.
that he has a pretty intense fear of the animatronics his dad makes.
Yeah, I
His
don't
older
sure a
blame
lot of
him.
kids-
Michael Afton really likes to torment the kid by dressing up as Foxy to jump scare him. The
Oh my
kid
gosh.
really just can't catch a break,
So,
man.
he's
clearly
afraid of these
terrified of the
animatronics.
animatronics, but is
Yeah.
basically forced
And then
to
somebody's
be around
also-
them, which leads
I can't
us
tell
to
if it's
one
his dad or
fateful day
brother,
in
but
also
1983
scaring him
where
with
the
them.
crying child is celebrating his birthday at Fredbear's family diner.
That just sounds like
He's
where he wants to be,
not
really.
having a great
Yeah.
time, and his older brother decides to be a little cruel to the kid.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
and
so
his
it's his
friends
older
all
brother.
crowd around the crying child wearing character
Oh my
masks,
gosh.
lift him up, and bring him
That's
to the
crazy.
main
You
stage
just-
where Fredbear's performing. The crying child
This kid is
starts
gonna have trauma.
Holy cow.
crying and freaking out. The other kids then do what dumb kids do and take things way too far, putting the crying child inside Fredbear's mouth. Matt, I know you're the numbers guy, but I'm gonna take this one.
So that's how he got
do the
crushed.
math here. One Springlock
Must?
animatronic suit with a very low tolerance for moisture, plus one horrified
Oh,
child
crying child
rivers
made
of
it
tears
worse.
equals
Was that the bite of 87?
no 2015 Markiplier. That was what's known as the bite of 83. William Afton's youngest son is munched by a Golden Freddy animatronic and dies. Ooh, it's a birthday party. I Can I say that? I don't know if I can say that. In the wake of this, Fazbear Entertainment decides the Springlock animatronic suits are just too dangerous.
They're too dangerous.
To keep using.
Yeah.
So wait,
No,
he lost his daughter and his son? Because it was William on both of them, right?
Yeah, I think he lost both of them, his daughter and his son. So
this guy, that's some crappy
this guy,
luck.
yeah, really crappy luck. So I'm guessing he's definitely going to be like traumatized.
I would
that
be
he
like
lost both
getting
his
away from
kids.
this business totally if I were
Yeah,
him.
he need to ditch this business because
For
like
sure.
2 children,
That's
like
yeah.
man.
So, our good friends Golden Freddy and Golden Bonnie are retired from Fredbear's Diner and sent off to the new restaurant, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, to be stored in their safe room.
Oh,
and then
not use them,
in
but
walks
store 'em?
William Afton.
Why you just
now,
didn't just
you'd think
destroy
after
'em?
William Afton lost
Oh,
one
no,
of
I
his
was
kids
wrong.
to an animatronic he
I was wrong.
created,
William
he would
was the
take
one
a
who-
step
William's
back,
the one who killed the other
reevaluate
guys,
himself and
okay,
what
so-
he's
okay.
doing, and
Oh, yeah, you're
change
right,
his
yeah.
ways. But nah, if anything, the death of his own kid was a source of inspiration.
Oh
So
my
William
gosh.
goes
He
to
was
Freddy
inspired
Fazbear's
by it?
Pizza,
They
and it's
said
just
he was
like,
crazy.
Hey guys, why don't we all just not go into the safe room? You know,
Damn.
the safe room housing the dangerous child-killing animatronics I made? Yeah. In fact, why don't we just forget the safe rooms even exist, you know? We don't need security cameras in there. No. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and reprogram all the animatronics to not even recognize the safe room at all. Nothing suspicious going
Yeah,
on
this dude
here.
crazy.
And everyone just
Yeah.
goes along with it. I'm sure that won't lead to anything horrible.
So, a few years later, around 1985, something horrible happens. Five
No,
kids
really?
mysteriously go missing at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and the animatronics start oozing and smelling real rank.
Ew.
Turns out William Afton's been lurking around the pizzeria, using the decommissioned Spring Bonnie suit to lure kids into the safe room, kill them, and then hide their bodies inside the animatronic
What?
suits.
Ew.
Okay. Why? Where's
Yeah.
the logic here?
Right.
I get
How is
you're
that
kinda
gonna
messed up, Mr.
not be
Afton, but
found?
What on earth are you hoping to accomplish by stuffing your victims into animatronics
Yeah.
that are around
Weird.
dozens of people every single day?
Yeah, then there's bodies gonna smell.
It's gonna
and-
smell like
yeah, it's
someone's gonna find
yeah.
them. Like it's
That's
not you
it.
can just get away with it by stuffing them in there.
This guy's not even intelligent. You know what I'm saying? At least
No.
like people who does this type of stuff.
I mean,
you'll
he's
have
intelligent
smart
in the sense
serial
of
killers
he's
and you
able
have bad
to
ones.
build
I mean,
robots,
stupid ones.
but he's not having common sense.
Yeah, he's not.
For
He's
sure.
not thinking at all.
Naturally, this sparks an investigation that eventually leads to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza shutting down. So
Again.
let's take a break from
big
the robot
surprise.
bunnies and talk about something that's a little less scary. Clowns. Yeah, really. See, while William Afton was going around
Pennywise.
killing kids, he still found time to develop some animatronics here and there. And when he wasn't building terrifying robot animals, he was building terrifying robot people. All of them had
What?
this creepy
course he
circus
was.
theme, like this
Oh.
ballerina named Ballora, this balloon boy named Balloon Boy, and most importantly,
Balloon
this
Boy.
little girl named Circus
Ew.
Baby. Afton also
She's real
redesigned
creepy.
some of the old
Yeah, he
Fazbear
is.
crew to fit the circus vibes as well. All
What goes
that,
in this
and he
guy's
still
mind
finds
that
time for his
creates type
hobbies.
of, like-
How does he do
Oh.
it? These are the fun-time
Animatronics,
animatronics.
people
He's clearly
Fun,
crazy.
shiny, happy. They seem harmless, right? Well, underneath the clown
She
makeup
does
are
not look
some
harmless.
interesting design choices. See,
Looks
at this point,
nothing like-
Afton has seen how effective his animatronics can be when it comes to helping commit his crimes. So he designed the Funtime crew with some advanced features that, to be frank, pretty sus, as if they're specifically designed to lure and kill children.
Oh, gosh.
I wonder what will happen.
Now, the details get a
Yes.
little fuzzy here, especially in terms of the timeline, but from what I can tell, the plan was to have these animatronics available to rent out for birthday parties and events, housing them in this
What?
crazy underground storage facility. In addition, some of these animatronics were set to become the face of yet another Fazbear sister location, Circus Baby's Pizza World.
Oh my
set
gosh.
to swoop
What?
in and
Circus
fill the
Baby?
whole
Well,
of the
'cause he
market
made-
left when
structured
Freddy
them all to be
Fazbear's
like
Pizza
circus
shut down.
Yeah.
people.
But that plan kind of fell through due to an accident involving William Afton's
Oh,
daughter.
Another
big
accident.
surprise.
A surprise
But that was
when
with
you
his daughter,
make
so-
animatronics specifically designed to lure and kill kids while also having multiple kids of your own. Those two things might just happen to overlap once.
Oh my gosh.
Or twice. So,
Or
right
twice.
as Circus Baby's Pizza World is set to open, Afton's daughter gets just a little too close to
she
Circus
is
Baby
big.
no.
and is attacked by a claw that was
He
programmed
just snatched her
to
up, man.
shoot out from her torso. This
Like
kills
Scorpion,
Afton's
get over
daughter
here,
and leads
like-
to Circus Baby's Pizza World closing for good on its opening day.
Oh
On
my
opening day.
Products
gosh.
are then packed up and sent back into storage, but they still move forward with the whole rental service thing, creating Circus Baby's
What?
Entertainment and Rental.
This guy needs to
Meaning
be locked
these
up,
guys
man.
Oh my
are still
gosh.
ready
Like,
and
how have
waiting
you
to
not
be
figured
rented
out this
for
is
your
him?
next birthday
Yeah.
party?
But hey, guess what? It's 1987
You think
now.
they'd catch on
That's
with
a
the
great
smoke that's
year.
fire.
I'm sure
Yeah.
nothing could possibly go wrong in 1987. Damn it. Yeah, even with a handful of child murders under their belt, Fazbear Entertainment decided it was time to reboot their franchise after only 4 years.
How does this place keep
opening
getting
the
rebooted?
new and improved
Like, people-
Freddy
you think people know by
Fazbear's
now.
Pizza that we see in FNAF 2. The restaurant
It
is
must have been
bigger,
so
there's new
popular that people
animatronics,
liked
There are
it.
all sorts of extra
Yeah, but
security
still.
measures put in place after what happened at the last place. For instance, there's the new toy animatronics, all based on a series of Fazbear action figures. Yes, they're shiny. Yes, they're somehow cuter and creepier at the same time. But most importantly, the toy animatronics are packing some
This looks a
super
little less
advanced
scary to
80s
me.
facial recognition
what?
technology.
It looks a little less scary
scanning for
now.
potential
Yeah, but-
predators.
yeah,
However,
but
that
still
doesn't
looks
stop William Afton
creepy.
from going for
I don't-
round 2.
that's just it. They
using
need to
the
keep
same
William
exact
Afton away.
spring bodysuit
Yeah.
to lure and kill kids at the pizzeria. But
Back
this
to
time,
the same thing
things are
again?
a little different.
Oh,
Afton
okay.
commits his second series of murders, sparking yet another investigation of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. So the restaurant is just about to close down, but first, they got one last birthday party to host.
They need to get this
which
guy
is
away from
a
Freddy
little
Fazbear's.
worrying because the animatronics are going a bit funky.
Now, there's one pretty big detail about the FNAF lore we've not mentioned yet, and it's kind of the whole point of the story. There's a pretty hard and fast rule in the FNAF world. If you are a kid killed by William Afton or any of his creations, your soul will undoubtedly go on to possess one of the animatronics.
Oh,
gosh.
See,
snap.
it all started with Charlotte, Afton's first victim. When she was killed outside of Fredbear's family diner, her soul found a new home in the diner's security animatronic, this weird, creepy puppet. Or
What?
at least that's how
Like they
it
got
looks to
They
be.
had a
Jigsaw.
security?
Jigsaw
Yeah, it
puppet.
does look like
The series
Jigsaw
is kind of
puppet.
frustratingly vague when it comes to their lore, but that is what it looks like. And from that point on, the puppet was working behind the scenes, following William Afton around to pick up the pieces he left behind and do
Yeah.
what they could to
Yeah,
set things
that's
right.
creepy.
I'm about to sound a lot like Matt here. As we see in one of FNAF 2's Atari-style minigames, the puppet gives the souls of Afton's victims new life inside of the animatronic suits. So our buddies Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, yeah,
possessed.
they're haunted. Way haunted. But wait, that's only 4 animatronics. Didn't Purple Guy kill 5 kids during the missing children's incident?
he did?
Well, this is where
Well,
things get a little
do you
funky.
need to make another
Again,
animatronic?
because now we're dealing with Golden Freddy's spirit.
Oh,
or should I
okay.
say spirits. So remember
So
the fight of 1983
I was
when
gonna
the
say,
crime
he would
be-
spirits
I was
gonna
chomped
say,
by the Golden Freddy
how would
animatronic?
he not be in one
well,
of them?
his soul is now inside of Golden Freddy.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, makes sense. But
Right.
going back to that FNAF 2 minigame depicting the missing children's incident, in the very last split second, we see a 5th kid followed by a Golden Freddy jump scare. This is Cassidy, the 5th victim of the 1985 missing children's incident and the 2nd spirit haunting the Golden Freddy animatronic.
Oh my
Well, let me
gosh.
tell you, Cassidy is mad at William Afton. She is out for revenge.
So she- okay, so she
And
want
keep a
revenge.
pin in this.
I
It's
mean, do you
important.
blame her?
All this is to say that the FNAF 2 toy animatronics are now most likely haunted by the souls of Afton's most recent victims. You can tell because these guys start acting way more aggressive and confrontational towards adults. They're chill around kids, but if you're a grown-up, they'll start giving you the death glare. And they're not programmed to do that. So I'ma say, haunted. They're looking for revenge against William Afton. But on the day of that last birthday party, they get a tad overexcited and attack the daytime security guard, giving them a nice hard chomp on the noggin and removing their entire frontal lobe in what became infamously known as the Bite of 87.
Happy
Ew.
birthday, Tommy.
Frontal
His
lobe?
entire
Say,
frontal lobe
this
of his
gets the
brain.
new
Yeah.
Improved
Holy
Freddy
cow.
Fazbear's Pizza closed for good. All right,
Jeez.
so let's tally things
This
up.
is like
By
4
1987,
restaurants.
Fazbear
Yeah.
Entertainment has around a dozen dead kids to their name. That's almost
Jeez.
one dead kid for every year they've existed. You really think by now they decide to call it a day?
Yeah, you would think that
Why are you
this whole
continuing?
business would be like everybody will know what this business is about,
Right.
like around the whole like country and stuff.
Like you said, how are they succeeding and reopening
Yeah.
constantly if this
Like,
is that bad?
Is some people this stupid where they still want to continue to take their kids to
It
these
had to have been
restaurants?
that freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I guess.
Or they was
Or
really,
the kids
or-
loved it so
or
much.
they was really good at covering it up and keeping from spreading,
I
and,
guess
you know,
there's
getting to
that
the
too.
news, and
Yeah.
that's the only way I can see it.
If they
you
like
know what I'm saying?
took the location and put it somewhere different, and they
Yeah,
didn't know.
yeah, just close down a location, go to another
That's
location.
possible too.
You know, I don't know.
Nope. These guys decided to give it one more go in
Oh my gosh.
1993. They went back to that
We
first
noticed
Freddy
they always
Fazbear's
wait a couple
Pizza
years.
location,
It's been like
brought
6
back
years.
The original
Yeah.
crew and relaunched the pizzeria, feeling just so sure about it this time. But
Yeah,
surprise,
if you
people
got
kinda sorta
that
associate
William
the
guy out of
Fazbear
there.
name with dead kids now, so no one
Yeah.
comes to this new restaurant
Yeah.
and it eventually
So
shuts
there you are.
down.
No one
One
comes.
rainy night, a while after the
You think
restaurant
they
closes
just
down and
rebrand
falls into
the name
Right.
so
disarray,
different.
Totally
Afton
change
sneaks in and
everything.
starts dismantling the animatronics one by one. Little does he know that those robots got ghosts in them. The souls of his victims are released and they chase Afton down. They
Yeah,
corner him
they
in the
want their
back room of the
revenge.
pizzeria
Dang.
and Afton starts to panic. But then, and I don't really know why he would do this, but he runs over to the Spring Bonnie animatronic suit, the suit he's committed all these murders in, and hops inside.
Bruh.
Not sure what that's going to do against ghosts.
Right? How is that
but,
gonna
he
save
seems to
you?
think it's a smart move. Remember, though, that these
Well, the
old
guy's
spring lock
crazy,
suits are
not
super
intelligent.
sensitive to moisture. That's what killed the crying child back in '83. And like I said,
Oh.
the pizzeria has been abandoned for a while now. It's pretty run down. And it's raining. So Afton piles into his murder suit, just kind of stands there for a
As
few
it's
seconds.
raining and then he
chomp.
gets killed,
Spring
yeah.
locks fail, blood goes everywhere, and
Did-
William Afton, stuck inside the Spring Bonnie suit, falls to the ground and dies.
Oh.
Fazbear Entertainment attempts to save face from the now baker's dozen of dead people attached to its name by completely walling off the back room, leaving Afton's body inside and just forgetting about it.
Well,
You
that's
see
one
all
way
this
of
go
doing
down
it, I
during
guess.
the minigame in FNAF 3. Also in that game, if you get the good ending, you get to see the puppet bring cake to a table of children. 4 of them in FNAF masks, and one of them crying. The puppet gives the kid cake, they stop crying, they put on a golden Freddy mask, and then they all disappear, leaving the masks behind. The puppet has set the souls free.
Now, you might have noticed
Well, I guess
that
killing a
all
guy
of
set him
this
free.
stuff we're talking
Yeah,
about has
probably.
next to nothing to do with what you actually do in these games. Sure, you see some of this stuff play out in mini games, but those are side things that are often hidden. If you play these games casually, you may never see a good chunk of these plot-driven minigames. So how does a purple dude killing kids lead to you as the player spending 5 nights at various robot-infested
That's a good
buildings,
question.
checking
Yeah.
cameras, and avoiding death by robot chicken? Well, that is where
Robot
William's
chicken.
older son, Michael Afton, comes back into the picture.
Oh,
While
gosh.
all of that was going on,
Is he
Michael,
just like his
now
dad
adult,
now?
Yeah, I
takes
hope
it
not.
upon himself to try and make up for his dad's crimes. At first, he was
Okay.
just trying to find his sister, which is a little weird considering the whole,
She's gone?
you know,
She died?
being
Yeah.
dead thing.
Yeah.
But remember the FNAF rule. All kids killed by Afton or his robots go on to
Oh,
possess
so
an
he probably
animatronic.
knew that.
And the soul of Michael's sister is now living in the very same animatronic
So he's trying to find
that
her
killed
soul,
her,
like-
Circus
I
Baby.
guess
And
probably,
it seems
yeah.
like William Afton knows this because one day William, the messed up individual he is, went to his son and was like, "Oh, your sister. Yeah, she's over there. Go check it out." So Michael takes a job at Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rentals, as we see in the game's sister location. In between avoiding death by face-splitting animatronic, Michael discovers the whole "my dad killed a bunch of kids and their souls are trapped inside these animatronic suits" thing, and decides he has to do something about it.
Unfortunately, while working the
Okay.
night shift
What are
at
you
the
gonna do
storage
about it?
facility, Michael gets himself scooped, meaning the dude gets his insides ripped out of him by a
Oh.
machine meant to remove animatronic endoskeletons. And then this giant robot named Ennard,
So you
created
die.
by all the Funtime animatronics literally stitching parts of themselves together, jumps inside of Mike to use his body as a host. So Michael is now dead. Kinda. He's like partially dead. He just kind of moves on with his life for a while. Robo bits jangling
What?
around inside his skin sack.
So
as his
he's
body
now
like
slowly rots
a
and turns purple.
robo-human.
Yeah.
Oh, now he looks like dear old dad.
Yeah, he
Ew.
kind of like your dad now.
Yeah, he
Progressively
does.
worse until one day Ennard's just like, yeah, this place was cool at first, but kind of sucks now, and ejects himself from Michael's body.
Gross.
And Michael is pretty okay with it, actually. Yeah, somehow
he's
he
still
is
alive?
still alive.
Yeah.
Not much else to do.
How is
but,
that possible?
Yeah.
You know,
At first I thought he was
doing
like
what he
throwing
was
his
doing
spirit
before.
out of
Yeah.
his
Michael
body.
starts applying for gigs at all the various Fazbear locations that popped up over the years, with the goal of setting the souls
Dang.
inside the animatronics free. He lands nighttime
So
security
he's trying to
jobs at
undo
both
everything
the
his
bigger
dad did.
Yeah,
1997 Pizzeria,
basically.
as well as the 1993 Pizzeria, but is fired from both for tampering with the animatronics to, you know,
Well,
save
'cause
the
he's trying to
souls
set
of
the
dead
souls
children,
free.
Yeah, he's trying to set them
and
free.
for a general foul odor, because he is in fact a walking corpse. And all this comes to a head in FNAF 3 several years
he's
after
not
the
really
final closing
alive.
of Freddy Fazbear's
Yeah.
Pizza. The whole Fazbear name is destroyed, no doubt. But over the years, it became some kind of urban legend. So some random company decides to capitalize on this, creating a haunted house-style horror attraction called
So
Fazbear
yeah, now
Fright.
people want to
Okay,
come.
now that makes sense
Yeah.
because it's a
Fazbear.
horror attraction.
Yeah, it's a horror attraction, so a lot of people want to come visit this
Yeah,
haunted.
like it's the whole point. It's haunted.
Yeah.
You're trying to get scared. These things are creepy. Not like That makes more sense than a family birthday joint.
It's always crazy people's like into that type of stuff because we have like haunted houses or like haunted places you can go to in the States, and a lot of people want to go visit those places. I mean, I'm not a fan. I want to go visit places like that. I don't know if you be into that type of stuff. But
We've gone to haunted houses.
no, I'm not talking about Halloween. I'm talking about real places that like
I gotcha.
Messed up stuff happen, and people like to go visit.
It's
that
all
type
just
stuff.
interesting. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's like the intrigue behind it that I think really draws people in.
Ooh, that. And the next thing you know, you hearing things in your house, hearing things walk up your steps and stuff
You
like
think
that.
someone's gonna follow you home?
Man, screw that. But no, I can see why like people probably would be into stuff
This
like that.
makes more sense for the situation, yeah.
Memorabilia, spooky atmosphere, everything's pee-pee yellow. They went the whole 9 yards with this place, including finding a real Fazbear animatronic salvaged from the walled-off back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Snap.
Yeah, William Afton is back, baby! Undead, rotting, haunting his spring body
Ew.
suit, and stalking around Fazbear Frights as the monstrosity we all know as Springtrap. I guess living
that's
after
him
death
pretty
as a
much.
rotting purple
Yeah,
corpse
as
creature runs in the Afton
he's
family.
rotted in the...
But, only after a certain age. Sorry, kids.
So William Afton has been unleashed back onto the world. This could be very bad. Luckily,
could be.
Fazbear
He was
Frights
crazy.
has a nighttime security guard. That's right, it's a family reunion. Father and son back together after all
my
these
gosh.
years. Except now they're both technically dead, and the son sets the dad on fire. Yeah!
Oh,
At the
dang.
end of FNAF 3,
Son took
Fazbear
out the
Frights
dad.
burns
Well,
down
he
with
was
Springtrap
trying to,
Well, yeah.
you know,
which has to have
make
been
up for all
Michael
the
trying
stuff
to
he
finally
did.
finish off his dad. But unfortunately for Mike, William Afton
Always comes back.
Yeah, he never
Oh,
dies.
snap.
but somehow
So you really can't kill this guy.
Springtrap
Apparently
is still
not.
out there.
But then, totally out of left field, Henry Emily comes back with a plan.
He was
After
gone
doing
for a while.
literally
Yeah, he
nothing
was.
this entire time,
yeah.
Henry jumps
He
back
said
into the
he's done
fray by
literally
starting
nothing.
his own pizzeria.
Okay, he
with
did lose his
Michael
daughter at the
working as an
beginning, so do you
employee.
blame
We
him?
see
Yeah.
all this happen in Freddy Fazbear's
But
Pizzeria
he's coming back to start a
Simulator.
pizza,
But
though.
beyond
Yeah, I
all
don't
the
know
arcade
why.
games and googly eyes, Henry's Pizzeria is actually just a front to gather up the last few haunted animatronics and set their souls to rest. And weirdly enough, the animatronics have changed over the years. Circus Baby was apparently kicked out of the Ennard crew, now taking the form of Scrap Baby. What's left of Ennard has now taken the form of Molten Freddy. The
Dang.
puppet's still kicking around as this bear called Lefty. And of course, there's Springtrap. Not much different about it, it's just Springtrap. Once the gang's all together, they're
Interesting.
all incinerated, including Michael, and we hear the voice of Henry saying his final goodbye to the lost souls, his daughter, and his old business partner. But hey, would you look at that? William Afton is still alive!
How?
Okay, how
Still
the heck
alive,
does this
man.
dude keep cheating death?
Yeah, what the
Well, that's
heck?
thanks to Cassidy, the
Is this a
vengeful
cat? Does he got, like,
spirit
9
haunting
lives?
Golden Freddy alongside the crying child. She's been out for revenge ever since the 1985 missing children's incident. And when I say revenge, I mean she wants to make him suffer. Just killing him off isn't enough.
she
And at this
saves
point,
him
William
somehow?
Afton should be dead
Yeah.
several times over. Dude got impaled from all angles and burned to death twice. So, physically, he's not really that much of a threat anymore, but Cassidy keeps him alive to torture him, forcing him to
Dang.
live
Oh,
through a
so
never-ending
that's what she's
barrage of
doing.
animatronic
Yeah,
horror in his
somehow.
mind, as we see in FNAF Custom Night. But that's just half the story, because now there's 2 William Aftons.
Oh my god. Okay,
What? It's 2?
follow me on this. Many, many years after all the tragedies of the Fazbear franchise occur, Scott Cawthon, some random unnamed video game developer who
Nah.
is not Scott Cawthon, the real-world creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, started making a bunch of horror games based on the stories of the Fazbear tragedies. Yep. FNAF is officially going full meta on us now. Not
Oh, gosh.
Cawthon's games become really popular, and Fazbear Entertainment is getting pretty ticked at the bad name the games are giving their company. As if they weren't already giving themselves a bad name. So they decide to fight fire with fire, no pun intended, creating their own VR horror game as a way of poking fun at themselves, discrediting Not Cawthon, saving a bit of face, and cashing in on their own messed up past while they're at it. But as it turns out, while making the game, the dev team used a few pieces of code found on some old Fazbear Entertainment hard drives. And in that code,
No way.
somehow, was a digital replication
Oh my
of
God.
William Afton's
Really?
consciousness. Yeah.
Of his
Yeah,
consciousness.
we're going
Yeah.
there.
This
So you're
code
bringing him back
manifested
alive in
itself
a
in-game
robot,
as
probably.
a glitch trap, a yellow bunny mascot with
Glitch
purple
trap.
eyes who, over the course of the game, brainwashed multiple beta testers to become little William Aftons in
Oh my
training.
gosh.
All right, this is getting a little far-fetched, right? But it doesn't stop there. In the FNAF VR DLC Curse of Dreadbear, we see this whole William AI Afton mind-melding thing really take shape with Vanny, a reluctant follower of William Afton. We've not seen much of Vanny yet, but we know that she's someone who's played FNAF VR, was
creepy,
brainwashed by
Yeah.
Afton, and is now working for him. Also,
That
she
looks
wears
like
a creepy bunny
a
mascot
dog
costume
meets
just like Glitch
bunny
Trap.
or
And it's looking like
something.
Vanny is about to become
Yeah.
a very important player in the FNAF story. Sometime in the near future, we're going to be getting ourselves the newest FNAF game, Security Breach.
It's bigger, it's badder, it's constantly getting
jeez.
delayed. It's Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
constantly getting
I
delayed.
actually think it looks really good. And if the trailers and teasers are anything to go by, which they should be, in this game you're being hunted down by a killer bunny mascot with a woman's voice. That's Vanny! And until we see what all Security Breach brings to the table, that is where the story of Five Nights at Freddy's leaves off. I know it kind of feels like we just took a hard left turn right before
Yeah.
the end there. All this talk of AI, brainwashing, and deadly VR games actually makes all the child murder and haunted animatronics actually look normal by comparison. But to me, this feels like we've reached
Maybe.
the end of FNAF Season 1 and are entering FNAF Season 2.
At this point, FNAF is wrapping up the story we've all been decoding and piecing together since 2014, and using it as a
Okay, so it
springboard to
came
set
out
up
in
all the
2014.
new insane
Okay.
stories that we'll be trying to piece together
know why I
until
thought it was, like, much
2028.
like
The main FNAF
later.
story, the
Yeah.
story of
Earlier.
haunted pizzerias, missing kids, purple people in the Afton family, is largely over. A couple of pieces of it are wrapping up in the books at this point, but really, it's just done. This is officially the start of not even a new chapter, but a new saga of FNAF stories, which
boy.
gotta say, super exciting, because like back in 2014, no one could have predicted that the creepy Chuck E. Cheese game would grow to become a massive multimedia franchise about
Yeah.
a serial
I
child
don't-
murderer
yeah,
who can't
seriously,
die.
this has
So
gone,
now
like,
that FNAF
crazy
is settling in on a
since it
new
started.
path.
Yeah.
Oh man, it could go anywhere, which means that I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck in it. I am stuck in this franchise until the heat death of the universe. Wish me luck.
There's like so many weird little like pieces that
Yeah.
go into it, and it seems like there was probably a lot of games over the years. So
Yeah.
that like that's why it keeps like diverging and changing.
Yeah, well, I
and
think it's
building.
went all the way up to Five Nights at Freddy's. Was it 4 or 5? It's one
Yeah, I
of them.
don't remember.
Yeah, I mean,
There was a new one coming out, but yeah, I don't remember what one that was.
yeah. This serial killer guy. This guy was just like
Yeah,
crazy out of
William,
control.
he was
He was sick in the
crazy.
mind. The stuff he
Clearly.
was doing.
Yeah, he's
and-
like almost like your true psychopath.
Yeah, he
Because he
is.
just like can't stop and wants to continue and, thinks.
And I'm guessing the first girl he took out, she's the one that's torturing him. He'll constantly keep coming back.
No, it was one of the girls.
It wasn't the first girl.
No, it wasn't the first girl. The first girl was Henry's daughter,
Okay.
and so she was in Fazbear.
Yeah.
But it was one. It was the fifth victim in
Yeah,
that
one of the
1985 where the kids went missing.
Yeah.
When he was using the old ones to lure
Yeah.
them in and kill them. It was one of those kids.
Okay, so
they
one of
said.
them. So they were trying to they didn't want to just completely get rid of him. They want to torch him, so they constantly keep bringing him back
Yeah,
and
she
back
was just
and
like,
back
nope,
and back.
I'm not gonna let you die.
Yeah. Talk
Which-
about
Like, I mean, I get, but that just seems crazy. Like,
Yeah.
he literally was, like, obliterated by all the springs.
Yeah.
And then burned twice. And then something else. And then there was a digital copy of
Yeah.
him. Like,
Yeah, I mean, even
It's
though
just
you want to
insane.
torture him, but if he's coming back, he can just kind of take out more people.
that is
Yeah,
true, too.
so it's like, why
Well, I don't
keep
know if
bringing him
he.
back?
Yeah, that's a good
I
question.
mean, unless
Did
he can't take out no more people.
Yeah, was
Like,
he
yeah,
still taking out victims? Because I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
if they said
probably
that.
wasn't.
Yeah, I think once he was dead, I don't know if they said he took out any more kids
Yeah.
or not. But
Yeah,
well,
but
no, the
yeah,
storyline is crazy.
yeah, it's definitely crazy, and there's definitely a lot of lore that
And
you don't know
intricate.
about. Yeah, but it's your memory, B.
And
I
Nicole.
want to catch you on next thousand. Peace and love, baby.